It's a strange, almost magical power. It lives silently in our pockets, sits on our nightstands, and hums within the walls of our homes. Without it, the modern world would grind to a halt. Our global network of communication would vanish, our cities would fall dark, and the very pulse of our civilization would cease. This invisible force is so fundamental to our existence that we barely notice it. Yet it was born from a bizarre scientific feud, a twitching frog's leg, and a mystery that dates back 2,000 years. This is the story of the battery, and it's more electrifying than you could ever imagine. Our story begins not in a modern laboratory, but in the dust-caked archives of the National Museum of Iraq. There, a humble claypot, no bigger than a fist, sits as a profound enigma. Discovered in the 1930s near Baghdad and dating back to around 250 BC, it contains a copper cylinder, and inside that, an iron rod. It looks suspiciously like a primitive galvanic cell. Could our ancient ancestors have harnessed electricity? Was the Baghdad Battery used for electroplating jewelry with a thin layer of gold? Or perhaps for some long-lost form of ritualistic magic? We may never know for sure. It remains a silent, ceramic question mark, a hint that our command over energy might have roots far deeper than we think. The official story, however, starts much later, in 18th century Italy, with a spectacle of twitching corpses. Luigi Galvani, a physician and anatomist, was dissecting a frog on a brass hook when his assistant touched its leg with an iron scalpel. The frog's leg, though detached from its body, kicked violently. Galvani was stunned. He believed he had discovered animal electricity, a vital life force flowing through living tissue. He imagined a world where this energy could reanimate the dead, a concept that would later inspire Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Across Italy, another scientist, Alessandro Volta, read Galvani's work and thought it was absurd. Volta was a brilliant and respected physicist, and he was deeply skeptical of this mystical animal electricity. He suspected the frog was merely a detector of electricity, not its source. He proposed that the true source of the power was the contact between two different metals. This sparked one of the greatest rivalries in scientific history. The two men exchanged letters, published papers, and publicly derided each other's theories. The scientific community was divided, and the debate raged. Driven by an obsessive need to disprove Galvani, Volta began experimenting relentlessly. He stacked pairs of different metal discs, zinc and copper, or silver and pewter, separating them with cloth or cardboard soaked in salt water. He was trying to prove that you didn't need a frog's leg, just the right combination of metals. Then, in 1800, he made a breakthrough. He built a tall stack of these discs. When he touched the top and bottom of this Voltaic pile, he felt a consistent shock, a steady flow of energy. It wasn't a static spark, it was a current. He had created the first continuous, reliable source of electricity. He had invented the first true battery. And here's the twist. How did Volta choose to announce this world-changing discovery? Not in a grand public demonstration, but in a letter. And not to a fellow Italian or a prestigious university, but to Sir Joseph Banks, the president of the Royal Society of London, the scientific heart of Britain, a nation with whom Napoleon's France was at war, and Volta's own region was under French control. It was a bold, almost treasonous act, a testament to his belief that science transcended politics. Napoleon himself, fascinated by the discovery, later invited Volta to Paris, showered him with honors, and made him a count. The unit of electrical potential, the volt, is named in his honor. Galvani's name, meanwhile, lives on in words like galvanize, a subtle nod to the man whose twitching frog leg started it all. Volta's pile unleashed a scientific revolution. For the first time, researchers had a stable source of power to play with. Within weeks, scientists used it to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, launching the field of electrochemistry. It powered the first electric telegraphs, shrinking the world with near-instant communication. More practical and powerful batteries were developed, from the Danielle cell that powered early telephone networks to the lead-acid batteries that still start our cars today. Power was no longer bound to a river or a steam engine. It was becoming portable. But the true liberation came in the late 20th century with a quiet revolution led by scientists like M. Stanley Whittingham, John Goodenough, and Akira Yoshino. They pioneered the lithium-ion battery, a lightweight, rechargeable, and incredibly powerful design. This wasn't just an improvement, it was a paradigm shift. The lithium-ion battery untethered us completely. It powered the camcorders that captured our memories, the Walkmans that scored our lives, and the laptops and smartphones that became extensions of our minds. It made electric vehicles practical, turned renewable energy from a dream into a reality, and put a supercomputer in nearly every pocket on the planet. Today, we stand at another precipice. The battery is at the heart of our fight against climate change, the key to storing wind and solar power and breaking our addiction to fossil fuels. But this demand has created a new set of challenges. The rush for lithium and cobalt, the essential ingredients of our power, is creating geopolitical tensions and raising serious ethical questions about its environmental and human cost. The race is now on for the next breakthrough solid-state batteries, sodium-ion, or even undiscovered chemistries that could offer more power, faster charging, and a cleaner conscience. From a mysterious pot in ancient Mesopotamia to the global energy grid, the story of the battery is the story of our own relentless drive to capture lightning in a bottle. It is a story of rivalry, genius, and the quiet, unassuming power that has, bit by bit, remade our world. The next chapter has yet to be written, but one thing is certain. Whoever builds a better battery will not just be inventing a new device, they will be powering the future. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Your support really helps us keep going.